A group aimed at ending the sale of flavored tobacco products in Maine announced a substantial expansion today. Flavor's Hook Kids Maine says the Environmental Priorities Coalition has joined their effort. They say the coalition is made up of nearly 40 environmental, conservation, and public health organizations representing more than 120,000 members. The expanded group has endorsed a bill that would end the sale of flavored tobacco products in the state. It passed the Senate last year and is due to be taken in the House during the current session.